I'm Rob Wray from MP3 Car. We're here at the AFK Fest 2009, and Mark's going to give me a tour of his Mercedes E55.
Sure. Rob, this is a 2004 Mercedes E55. It's one of the AMG models. It's got the supercharged engine. What we've done is we've taken the trunk, we've completely remodeled the trunk. What you'll notice is that this is a material that's designed to match the same texture and everything of the factory Mercedes. We've gone in and we've backlit everything. All of the interior panels are done in fiberglass, and they've been color-coded to match. You will notice that you can look in here and see the JL13W7 woofer. By many people are considered that to be the best subwoofer on the market. Then you'll notice that the amplifier is actually motorized in so that it closes that window. So then at that point you can see all three amplifiers. And then we have panels that can go on all of these pieces to cover it up so that you can still store stuff in there. So what you've got is there's three amplifiers. You've got one running the subwoofers. You've got these two amplifiers that are running all the full range speakers in the car. That's a 6-channel, 30 band per channel audio control equalizer. And then on this side is a Stinger 35 farad capacitor, which is basically a secondary power supply for the stereo. In the car, for the most part, are in the factory locations. You know, like you've got the speakers here, and in the front doors, you've got the speakers up there. If you go around on the passenger side, what you'll notice is there is a custom center channel that we made that used to be an air vent with just a little 2.5-inch speaker. So we made a custom center channel. This is all one piece that's now got a mid-range and a tweeter, and we even were able to get the factory wood grain to match the rest of the wood grain in the vehicle. All of this is integrated to the factory stereo system in the car. If you take this car and you put it in reverse, you've got your backup camera that's integrated there. You've got Bluetooth, you've got iPod, we've got video that feeds into that. We also have a completely stealth installed radar detector system. If you notice that green LED in the instrument cluster, that's the only thing that you see. We actually took the instrument cluster out of the car, disassembled it, put the LED in there, and then now what you've got is all of your radar and laser, and it's completely undetectable. So it's completely stealth integrated into the car. So future plans for this car would be we want to integrate a car computer into the car, feeding into the factory screen.
So can you tell us a little bit about some of the challenges you had with MOS-Bus in this car?
There's a lot of challenges in this car. If you take any of the most bus pieces out of the car, you'll end up killing the battery. So, for instance, this car was designed from the factory with a changer right here. And you'll notice, I'm going to motorize this open, you'll notice that there's no longer a changer there. Now that is a controller for my equalizer that's in the trunk. Well, the changer is still in this vehicle. It's actually just hidden behind the dash, still connected into the loop. If we would have taken it out of the loop, we would eventually kill the battery, because when you turn the car on, the Mercedes would have been looking for that changer and just continues to look for it like as a lost child. So that's one of the things, is you have to leave the radio in the car, the factory amplifier has to stay in the car, the factory changer has to stay in the car. So when you add pieces, they're built into a loop. So you actually have a fiber optic input and output, and that's how the Bluetooth module goes, that's how the iPod module goes, and so on. Mm-hmm. Now, there's a company getting ready to release a preamp that will allow us to take the factory amplifier in this car out. And so now all of the equalization that was built into the original stereo system will be gone, and now I can go in and customize that, and it's actually got a fiber optic input, and it's either got an analog output to go to a normal amplifier, or they've got one that's going to have a fiber optic output that's going to be able to feed into an amplifier that has a fiber optic input.
So what other challenges have you had with this car that took a while?
Oh, these cars love to go into what's called battery voltage protection. Everything on this car runs off of electricity, and so you put amplifiers in the car and you start to really crank the stereo system up, and all of a sudden the battery voltage protection can kick on, and all of a sudden your heated seats turn off, or like your power seats won't move, and so you really have to be very careful when you're doing the mods in this car.
So if I brought this car to you stock, how much would this type of install cost?
About $40,000.
Okay, and that's parts, labor, everything?
That's everything soup to nuts.
Great. Well, thanks a lot for the tour.
You're
Thanks for
welcome,
coming
Rob.
on.